Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. The first time today for another edition of the Manchester United Chelsea podcast, where we discuss all things Manchester United and, of course, all things Chelsea as well. Chelsea continue their top four charge on the weekend versus Leicester, early kickoff on Sunday. If you're in the UK time zone or a time zone that is similar, we'll also be discussing their win in the Conference League yesterday versus Copenhagen. In regards to Manchester United, unfortunately, I have to talk about them. Unfortunately, I have to answer questions about them. Unfortunately, they are still playing, and unfortunately, there are games left involving Manchester United. United drew yesterday away to Real Sociedad 1-1, so we'll be talking about that, as well as facing Arsenal in the big game of the weekend, also on Sunday, actually following the Chelsea versus Leicester City game. But before I continue, make sure you pay the tax when you enter the city of sarcasm. Run up the likes, hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Please share across all the socials as well. That has to be flawless. At Sarcasm City TV across all socials. And just as important, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Slightly earlier today as well. That's because I'm on TJ's channel. Shout out to TJ. So I'll be on TJ Warren TV shortly for the United Arsenal preview as well. Unfortunately, not going on actually going on TJ's channel is great. The problem is talking to TJ. But anyways, like I said, hit the like button. Make sure you share this out across all the socials and subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV, hit the notification bell. Just want to say I'm hilarious. But let me bring in the Chelsea lot as well. Surfer is here, Ahmed is here, Prime is here. What you man saying, man? What's good?
I was just thinking that what you said about TJ going on his channel. That's like me going on this channel with you. So you know what I mean? It's all good, man.
This fucking guy, yo. This guy hardy. You know what? Yeah, fuck you. How about that? How about we start there, innit? How about we start there, Mr. He's got jokes. Prime, what you saying, man? You good?
Notice, guys, he chucked off the only white guy on the panel. I just want to say that right now. So just did it right there.
Yo, Prime, we can't hear you say that again. No, we can't. Can you? Is it just you lot who can't hear him, or is it me?
Yeah, I can't hear him.
You as well. Yeah, you know, it's the usual Wi-Fi of Prime, innit?
Cool. What are you saying, Ahmed, man? What are you telling us?
You know, doing good, amazing, you know, sensational, as they say. That's it, man.
I love that, man.
It was my mic.
It's all good. What are you saying, Prime? You blessed?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, man, blessings first. We'll start with you. We'll start with you, Prime, as well. Now, he's doing great work. You know what I'm saying? Big up Duncy. Big up Ahmad, Rohan as well. Sign the cut. This joke man, Hassam. Make sure you subscribe to Hassam as well. But you lot won. We'll start, you know what, with the game yesterday. You lot won 2-1 against Copenhagen. But I did see on the timeline across socials that some of your fan base, I would say, weren't too happy with the performance overall. Weren't too happy with the performance of some players. So your thoughts on that, and who do you think your fan base is overreacting, or was it justified? Where do you stand on it all? Because it's like you lot won, and I looked at the timeline, and I look like Chelsea lost.
Bro, I was on Casually yesterday. Bro, the fighting is crazy.
Yeah, what's going on in your fan base?
People were expecting us to batter Copenhagen, who are one of the better teams in this competition. Right. And you know what? I get it. In general, Chelsea, you know, big club, Champions League club, I get it. You probably should. You know, people expect us to batter everyone in this competition. But considering how bad we've been the last, 2 months, going into this game, we were 3 wins and 11. I think 3 wins and 11. I'm not expecting to just roll over Copenhagen, considering how poor we've been, especially our better players either being injured or not performing well, like Palmer. We went there playing a few academy players like Shimaweka and Tyreek George. Was it the best of performances? No, but we were in control for most of the game. We got the job done. We got the win. That's what's most important. I'm not too necessarily fussed about it. It's the first time we've won back-to-back games in a long time as well. I don't get why people are crying or complaining. I don't know what they expected from this game. They expected us to just walk all over them. That's not something that was going to happen, considering how poor we've been. You know, yes, I get people wanting certain players like Palmer to perform better, but Palmer, we saw, was also poor against Southampton. last weekend, and he's been poor against teams like Ipswich in this bad run we've been on. I personally wouldn't have started Palmer against Copenhagen. However, I understand why he did play, because we don't really have many options. I'm surprised.
Why would you have not played him, Prime? Why would you have not played him against?
Because he's just been so poor lately, and I just think you just take him out just for a game, and then you can bring him back in against Leicester at the weekend. Like, I still figured we would have had enough to beat Copenhagen anyway. I'm surprised Shimoeka actually started. I figured he would have played in the second leg where we're at home, and it would be a lot more comfortable for him because he didn't get service when he was playing at all. Not that he did anything wrong per se, but he just didn't get enough chances to do anything. But yeah, like I'm not like down about anything. Like, we won the game, which to me is most important. But I've liked it to be a bit more comfortable score-wise, like us to win, say, 3-1, which is what I predicted. Yes. But we won with Sanchez in goal. I figured we'd make some sort of mistake. Like, it is what it is. I'm not like fussed about it. But I know Ahmed has a differing opinion. So
all right, we'll get to that. Floor's yours, Ahmed, man. What do you have a difference of opinion on before you then give your opinion on everything else?
I'd prefer to listen to Safa first, because I haven't heard from him personally. So.
All right, cool. We can do that, no problem. Stefan, we'll go to you. Ahmed, passing the buck. Shoot the ball, man. All right, you want to pass, yeah? All right. Pass, yeah? All right, we'll go to you.
Pass it the flawless now.
Yeah, Ahmed doing his best Ben Simmons impression right there.
Yeah, facts, man. Yo, shoot the ball.
Hey, listen, I don't look at performances during cup games. I just look at the result. Because I've always said, when you win the cup, it doesn't say who you beat, and it doesn't say how you beat them. Do you know what I mean? So, got the job done. Copenhagen's the hardest team in our half of the draw. Betis and Fiorentina, if they get through, one of them's going to knock each other out. We got the job done. First leg. Yeah, I was watching. These two know I was watching the stream last night. I had a few comments in there. I thought the reaction was totally insane. Totally immature, as what this whole club is at this moment in time. It's just immature. I don't. I don't know how anyone could go in there with the confidence that we should go in there and batter them after the way we've been performing for 2 months. I just don't know how anyone has that cocksure, and that's a word, by the way, it's not an AO. Is an actual, I don't know how anyone has that confidence to go in there. People, it's funny because people were expecting us to go back Copenhagen, but the run up to the Southampton game, I was going, might be a bit tough. We're not playing well, so it's like, what are we doing here?
It's Copenhagen, like Prime said, even though it doesn't make sense. I think that's people just on Danish side. We're gonna pack them up.
Copenhagen would beat Southampton. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know.
People were saying that Copenhagen is better than Southampton. That's crazy. Better than Ipswich. Like, guys, come on, man.
I just don't. I thought it was a real overreaction. It was like I can understand it if this was like during our first half of the season, before this recent run, and we hadn't played. We dropped that performance, and you go, right, yeah, the performance wasn't that good. But I don't know, man. I found it really strange, and it's like, I don't know. If against Leicester, no problem. Perform the same, and we lose or draw, no problem. I would be with those guys about the performance and stuff like that. But in Europe, I mean, I watched a lot of European games. I didn't actually watch this last one. I was working. But, Europa League, Champions League group games that have been duds and we haven't played well and stuff like that. I remember against, in 2012 against Benfica, the second leg, we were trash in that game. Absolutely trash in that second leg. I mean, and people were expecting us to batter Benfica because we come back against Napoli. But, yeah, I don't know. We got the job done. It's not. They're lucky. They're lucky. There's no away goals. People are going to point out, we really hit the post and stuff like that. Okay, well, we're giving up chances to everyone. Why would you be surprised that we gave up chances to Copenhagen? It's just one of those things. Get the job done. get a result, get a good result against Leicester, finish the job off next Thursday, and then see if we can take anything from Arsenal next week. But yeah, I had no issue with it. I just have an issue with the response. I thought it was just insane. Yeah, you would have thought we lost or drew.
You serious? I had to double check. All right, did these men not win the game?
I did as well.
I had to actually double check. What are you saying, Mr. Bridge Nation?
You know,
Ahmed.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with my fellow Chelsea fans here.
That's fine.
I think for me, my thing is actually that I think we'll discuss a little bit in regards to what I wanted actually going into the game, in my personal opinion, a bit more than what I think happened. But I think regardless, I think well, sorry, just 1 second, yeah.
No, that's all right. Do your thing. Do your thing, man. You lot continue to run up the lights. Now it's all good, man. It's all good. We got to that. You almost call you neat. Big up, Gunna G. Big up, Cornmeal. It's all good. C24, good to see you in the chat as well.
As I was, but essentially, as I was saying, I think, again, I think in the Conference League, I think one thing that I would like to say is that, form should not really matter when you're going into Europe, I would actually argue, right? When you're playing this cup competition,
your mic keeps cutting in and out, bro.
Form should usually come out.
I thought it was just me. Yeah, start that again.
I was gonna say, obviously, when you're going into Europe, form should usually goes out the window, right? In terms of like any cup competition, form usually goes out the window. I would like to argue my personal opinion. And again, this is the Conference League. I would like to think, even with some of the players that we still had on that pitch, right, there is a definite skill gap here between the guys that were playing in Copenhagen and the guys that are playing for Chelsea. And I think for me, again, I would understand this performance if you had like a performance like this, and then it's like a Fiorentina, a Real Betis. I think the argument is a lot more solid, right? If we played the same team and we struggled, because again, I think there's real quality in those teams, right? And again, for me, fair enough. I think my issue was that I just felt it just looked like, particularly in the first half, I'd probably say more so. Second half, it was kind of similar, but first half, more so than anything else, bro, we didn't look that great, bro. Like, the performance was really poor. And one of the things I was hoping going into this game and was that, we could build upon that performance, right? And now, Adam Rusk obviously didn't start the same 11 that I would wanted. I was hoping that he might start the same 11 again. Maybe, like, obviously take off Palmer, because right now, he's doing too much. He's overthinking stuff. He needs to actually just hold bench for a game, right? Maybe if you bring in like a Tariq George and maybe put in a Sancho in the middle, whoever it may be in the middle, right? And then you build upon the performance of Southampton with the current team that you have, right? To build performances, you're building guys into form, right? You didn't go into Leicester. That's another thing that can help you to go for a win. You can rest your players on Thursday now, right? Against Copenhagen for part 2, so that they're ready for Sunday against Arsenal. Because that was ideally what I would have liked, right? And then obviously, yes, the formation, the team that came was a bit of difference. Fair enough. Obviously, shout out to Shimake, a young guy that came into the squad and stuff like that, and he was trying to get Buddy show into form, it seems, etc., etc. But I just think for me, the performance, bro, was just not good enough, right? And then again, we're talking about, we need to bring good performances now, only because what's it called? Yeah, we've not been in form, right? Copenhagen is a good time for you to bring players into form, and the way we played was not good enough. That's all it is for me. Yes, I'm happy. Yeah. Is it a win? Is a win? You know what I mean? You've heard me say that before, right? Win is a win. Let's not get it twisted. But like, I think it is fair, obviously, when you win, to criticize also that the performance that the team is giving you as well. That's what I would say.
Okay, cool. I'll let you man respond to that in regards to the performance. Prime will go to you, because Prime's saying he's not with the performance, but obviously happy that you lot got the win.
I agree with you on the performance, but again, why did people expect it to change today? Why didn't we put in a better performance like against a Villa or against a lesser side that we've played in the last 2 months? Again, if we put in this performance against Copenhagen back in October, November, when we were just blowing through teams, then fine. You know what? I get it. Why we should be a lot more frustrated, because even in certain Conference League games where certain players have not performed well, like in Nkunku or Felix, we've still been able to blow teams away just because of our quality and because other players have performed and stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
but we're not playing well right now. We have certain players injured, and our better players are just like Palmer. It's just not doing anything when he's on the pitch. I don't know why people expect it now to change because it's Copenhagen. I think this is something Steve said to me in the summer when I said that we have to win the Conference League regardless. And he said that we shouldn't disrespect teams in Europe.
True.
Chelsea fans shouldn't disrespect these teams in Europe.
I think,
I expect us to win regardless.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I have to interject here. I think I would argue there's a difference between disrespecting like teams. I would argue, for example, if they're in Europa League or Champions League, right? That I think, yeah, we should not be disrespecting teams in Europe. But when you're in Conference League, and then you're also the team that we have, and then I think for me the key thing is the gap in quality, bro. The gap in quality is big. That is the difference. I would agree. I think we'll have to disagree.
Copenhagen are not a conference. Copenhagen. Were they not in the Champions League like a year or two ago?
2 seasons ago, but then they lost. But they lost. I think they lost. What's it called?
Okay, but they are a European level side. If this Conference League wasn't a thing, we'd be seeing Copenhagen in the Champions League or the Europa League. They are a European level side. We shouldn't be disrespecting them, just like we shouldn't disrespect a Betis or a Fiorentina, or even I guess maybe a Panathinaikos or whatnot, or a Genk, because they've played Europe consistently. We shouldn't disrespect Copenhagen. That's why, for me, I would have played maybe a bit of a stronger side. I wouldn't have played Chim up top, not away from home like this, in a hostile environment. Tariq George playing, I guess I understand it, but like the fact that Maresca rotated a bit and we still were able to win and get the job done. I don't get the big fuss. I don't get why people thought against Copenhagen it would have changed. If we had played Heidelheim again, right, or Shamrock Rovers again, or whatever, or who else? What other teams were we playing? Like if we were playing those level sides yesterday, then you know what? Fine. I expect us to still win 4-0 or whatever. I expect us to still get over the line. And if we didn't and we struggled and only won 2-1 or only won 1-0, then I understand the outrage. I don't understand the outrage now against a Copenhagen side that's, they are one of the better sides in this competition, whether people want to admit it or not. They are a European level side. They are a proven European level side because they are used to playing in Europe.
At some level.
And people need to realize we're the big dog in this competition. Any team that faces us are going to step up. Whether we end up battering them or not, they're going to step up their level playing us. So, people need to realize if we're not on our A game, they can cause us a bit of problems. Playing Sanchez in goal in this competition will be a problem. Because, again, we conceded with Sanchez. So, if we're not on it up top, and we're not firing, I said this in the beginning of the season that my fear is Sanchez plays, we go away from home, our forwards don't score, and then we end up losing 1-0 stupidly. And people were telling me, oh, no, Prime, that's not something that could happen. Well, we saw yesterday, we weren't brilliant, we still won, but that could have been a 2-2 draw. So, people just need to realize what it is. I still think we'll be fine. I still expect us to get over the line and win this competition, but I don't think we're gonna be battering just everyone. That's not realistic, especially if you're playing one of the better sides in the competition. The people need to be honest about what things are.
Yeah, I agree. I was in total agreement with Prime on this. This is what
it was. Is there an overrating from some of your fan base in regards to your squad?
No. There's
you to go there and batter them. Go on.
No, there's a total I knew this was going to happen when we beat Southampton. I knew this was going to happen. As soon as we beat Southampton, everyone goes, "Oh, we're back! We're back!"
Right.
And it's been, and unfortunately, it's been 9 days. So most of Chelsea fans' brains aren't that good after 9 days, between games. So I knew this was going to happen. Oh, we're back. We beat Southampton 4-0. You can't rate anything against Southampton. They're shit. Do you know what I mean? Absolute shit. And before that, the Villa game, before stuff like that. I don't. It's very. I just but during this run, we've had games where we play very well and we haven't won. Do you know what I mean? Or we drop points or something like this. like I said, cup competitions, guys, just look at the result. That's all you need to look at the result, really. You know, look at Manchester United runs, cup runs the last couple of years. They've knocked out a few heavyweights and stuff like that, but they've had a few like. I mean, this isn't Middlesbrough away in the first leg of the League Cup. Do you know what I mean? Losing 1-0 when Middlesbrough had like 14 injuries and stuff like that. It's not. We actually won this game. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know where people get. Obviously, it was from the Southampton. Got this false sense of bravado that suddenly we're going to turn up in Copenhagen and batter them because we beat Southampton 4-0. You know why?
My thing was, yeah. At least listen.
I do think it beat Southampton, JC. I do think it beat Southampton quite comfortably. I think this Copenhagen team beat Southampton quite comfortably.
Yeah, they're better than Southampton. I said they're better than Southampton. I don't know about Ipswich though, but we'll see. But I think for me, my thing was, yeah. If you're talking a bit more about the game, I actually want us to play full strength again. I know that's a bit of a hot take, but I wanted us to play full strength because I wanted us to kind of allow our players to get the main players to get out of a bar empowerment because I was like, that guy's been too much. His performances are continuously degrading with time. He needs to just be out of like the game. Just let him sit there and just watch the game and then maybe bring him back for Leicester. But everyone else should have started for me in my eyes, in my personal opinion.
Just on a side note, Copenhagen were knocked out by City last year in the last 16 of the Champions League. So
yeah. I get that. Again, I hear that. I think. Listen, I hear where you guys are coming from. I was just a little bit unhappy with the performance. That's what it really was for me more than anything else.
I can understand it. I just think when people are like, and you have to put yourself in this, when you were like,
you should have beaten them 3-1. I'll be honest, I think it's 3-1. So yes,
like, clapping and stuff like that yesterday.
I felt like that was a bit more theatrical.
Your voice had your unique voice when you get that excited, as I've always told you.
Yes.
Sets off car alarms and the local dogs begin to bark. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the dogs, man.
It's one of those. But I just like I was listening because I was honestly I was just too tired to jump on the stream and argue, and I couldn't be bothered. So I was just watching instead and just gaslighting people in the chat. So I just thought if I because I was at work, if I hadn't had my phone and I didn't know what the result was and I just wanted to drop into a stream, I would have thought we would have lost. That's how you guys were like reacting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I just think people were hot. I think people just were hot because, like, again, I just think I just think it's just a quality thing, as I said before. That's the reality, man.
Yeah, but I don't.
And that's my issue. But that's why I think a lot of people are unhappy about it. That's what it was.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
But
why weren't people this? Let
me just finish this. When we get past Copenhagen, and then we got those two Polish teams back to back, and we batter them 4-0 each leg. Everyone's then going to say, "Oh yeah, we should have done that anyway." I mean, you're not going to get a win. No one's going to win this.
I don't get. But I feel like
when it comes to but for me, sorry, just quickly, Prime. But the thing is, when it's Conference League, I don't really think you need to be getting a win in Conference League, bro. At the end of the day, just do your job at the highest level we expect you to.
What do you mean?
Yes, bro, meet the expectations. All I ask is to meet the expectations. No. Does that make sense?
Well, I also expect us to batter Ipswich, bro. I expect us to batter Ipswich, and we didn't. So I think
I think it's fair.
Bro, I think Chelsea fans just need to really.
No. I think there's a difference. Listen. I think for me, I get there's a difference obviously between expectation and reality sometimes, right?
For example, again, Mohamed, did you enjoy the FA Cup final 2018 against Man United?
Is that the Hazard?
Right, bro. We were at that point, bro. We were
not enjoying it. I did not enjoy it.
Okay, but do you care because we won the cup about the performance?
No, at the time, no. But I think for me, no. But the argument I would make here, I get the argument, which is it's a good argument. I feel like for me, when it comes to Conference League, I shouldn't even be celebrating, bro. Let's take the cup.
You're not again. No, Chelsea fans can't have it both ways. You guys need to stop. Because I remember
that's not happening both ways, though. I'm
not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
Hey, yo.
I remember. Hey,
That's crazy. Having it
Hey,
both
yo.
ways. Hey, yo, that's crazy.
Hey,
Prime's
yo.
getting active, eh? Prime
That
getting
is
active.
crazy. Hey, yo, what is going on? Hey, sorry, go on.
Hey,
These two
future
fools
Prime,
there.
don't clip
This
that,
is
man.
crazy. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Anyways, Chelsea fans in the beginning of the Conference League were complaining because we were playing these league phase games and we weren't playing enough of the youth. Why are you not playing Shimaweka? Why are you not playing Raksaki? Give Tyreek George a chance. We're complaining. Now that we're seeing the young guys get a chance, you're complaining that we're not battering aside. Do you want to batter aside or do you want to give these young players a chance? Because we can't have both. Because Shimaweka is not good
Can't
enough
have it
for us
both
to
ways.
be aside 6-0 yet. We can't do both.
So no, I think the argument you're making, Prime, I think to those guys is fair. My argument would be again that. Please repeat that again.
I know what your argument is, Ahmed. Because me, I would have played a strong. I wouldn't have started.
For me, yes, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I got my point now, Prime. I got my point now, Prime. I got my point. Let me just say my point quickly.
I know.
Before I forget. Okay. My point is just I think for me, my issue was that what you're saying is correct, but I think right now the problem is though it's about improving form in terms of performances for me, right? That's what I would probably be looking at more than anything else. That's what I've been talking about, right? I want to improve our performances. Conference League is a great place, and Leicester Conference League games and the Leicester game is like the perfect example alongside Southampton to help you build up that performance level for me.
But does this change if we keep a clean sheet though? I think this
I don't really care. But the thing is, Andrew, we never keep a clean sheet anyway, so I don't really.
That's a good question.
We kept a clean sheet and win 2-0. Does really a majority of this fan base really?
I think for some of them, yes. I think some of them will be like, 2-0, job done.
2-0.
You know what I mean?
2-0 is like, you know what it'd be? If we won 2-0, this would be the term professional performance. That'd be the term you've been hearing throughout professional performance.
I don't get again, but what I'm saying, I don't get what the the complaining is. For me, I would have played. I agree. I would have played a bit of a stronger side. I would have started Neto instead of Shim. I wouldn't have played Palmer though.
I agree.
I would have played like either Dewsbury Hall in a 10 or maybe a Sancho or whoever. I would have done something else. However, the fact that he rotated a bit, played the youth, and we were still able to be professional and get the job done is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Now, but Andrew's right. If we had won 2-0, which we probably should have won 2-0, if not for Colwell and Sanchez being bozos, no one's complaining. So that's why, for me, I don't have a problem because I expected us to concede anyway.
To be fair, I'm always hypocritical. So
no, I know. I know you. But what I'm saying is not addressed at you, bro. Everything I'm saying is addressed to fan base for complaining for no reason.
Very quiet about Barco.
I don't know why you guys are more angry now than you were when we lost to Ipswich, bro.
No, I was hot after Ipswich, bro. I was hot.
No, but again, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this fan base. Okay, why are we complaining about Copenhagen?
He keeps saying that. I keep on repeating, thinking it's me. My apologies.
We beat Copenhagen. City struggled against them last year. Man United struggled against them 2 years ago. Why are we complaining? They're clearly a good side. Just because they're in the Conference League, they're a good side. Just like Chelsea, we're here, but we're meant to be a good side. So, stop complaining, guys.
Can you bring up Callus's point? So, Callus,
2 wins in this one. 2 wins in 10 and 1 win against the shit FA Cup team. Did that give our players confidence?
No, Callus. I think what you said is correct. But for me, my thing was, I want continuous wins with performances here, right? That's why I was talking about the Southampton game. You then bring I was looking for a similar level squad again in the Conference League game, right? You get the job done there, right? Maybe it's a 2-0, like as Surfer said, or maybe even like a 3-1, whatever it is, right? You get the job done there. You then move on to Leicester. You get a win there again. Performances. You're hoping against it's a weaker side. You improve your performances. Then you go into again Copenhagen again. You're hoping it improves, gets better again. And then this is all for me. I'm saying all of this is meant to lead you up so that you can have a good performance against Arsenal, right? And trying to get something.
I agree.
I'm just answering this question. Yes.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because that's what you want to be doing.
I agree. But however, we still did that. We won yesterday. Sorry, we won yesterday, so we still did that. We're still building momentum, bro.
I'll let you respond. I got you.
We won 2 games now on the bounce. We'll play Leicester. We should beat them. That's 3. We'll play the second leg at home. Like 2-1. Why are we acting as if like it's a bad scoreline? I still expect us to be.
I don't think my issue. Again, I think if people talk about the scoreline, I hear it. I think for me, it's about improvement of performances. That's what I'm asking for, right? I want guys in form. I want Sanchez to get to
I agree. I want improvement of performances, but that is going to happen. Well, over these next, 2 games now, the performances will improve one, and our better players coming back from injury is also going to help us. Like, you remember the game we just played yesterday, Badiashile, who's been injured for so long, he played. Gusto, who's been poor, he was playing. You had Sanchez in goal. Reece James was playing in midfield. Reece James played like 12 games on the bounce now. He hasn't got injured. Why are we not talking about that like a positive?
And he's good.
Enzo played. He had a good game.
I'm not hyping up a goal against Copenhagen personally.
No, I'm not hyping up the goal. I'm talking about the fact he played well. So George played yesterday.
Is that really a positive for us? Is that really a positive for us?
No, of course it is. Wait. So Reece James scoring a goal, how is that not a positive?
I'm not talking about the goal, Ahmed. I'm not talking about the goal. I'm talking about the fact he's played 12 games on the bounce without an injury, bro. No one's talking about that. Why can't we look at in this bad run that we're in? We're starting to come out.
Let's not bring the judge there, man. You know, I'm already.
But here's the thing, Ahmed. If you, bro, like a week ago, before we played Southampton, I was one of the people saying we'd lose against Southampton because I don't see how we get out of this bad run. But now we have players coming back. We're looking to build up some form as we have a few games against teams that we should be beating. Like, I still don't get why I'm one of the most negative people, and I'm.
But this positive. Is why me and you probably agree on this. By the way, like this selection of games, what I want. Obviously, yes, we've won two back-to-back games, which is obviously a positive. Hopefully, we can improve on those performances as well, right? Yeah. But that's what I'm looking for anyway. Like, because again, I think all of us three would be in agreement that there needs to be a result on Arsenal in order for us to help us to get like a.
Yeah, there will. And I think there will be a result against Arsenal with the players we have coming back. I don't think Arsenal's players will be back yet, like Saka or whatever.
No, of course not. But like, you just. But I think from my perspective, it's just about you want your attackers to have a bit more consistency in terms of form-wise, right? And then obviously your team in general looking a bit more better than it is.
I just see, Ahmed, I think you undermined your own argument by you complaining about the performance. By complaining about the performance and then saying you're not going to pick up a goal that Reece James scored.
Yeah, but that was, I'm laughing at that one, bro. Come on, bro. Am I not allowed to have my cake and eat too? Can I have a little bit of fun? Is it not allowed on the performance? Is that not allowed on the performance?
You can't have both. No, you can't have it both ways, like Prime said eloquently earlier. You can't be disappointed in the performance and then not pick up a goal that Reece James scored. You can't have it. You can't have it like that. Do you know what I mean? You can't. Yes, I mean this is where fans do this again. Modern day fans do this when they think the team's supposed to batter someone. I can't believe we played so shit. Oh yeah, but the goal was only against blah blah blah. You can't have it. You can't have you have to stick in one lane, bro. You know what I mean? If you'd have said, to
be fair, I kept the same energy against Southampton too. You know what I mean? For some of the players.
Can you bring up that?
Oh yeah, I get the Jadon's coming. Before we carry on, there's 33 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes, you lot. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 50 likes because there's over 50 of you lot in it. And make sure you subscribe to the Bridge Nation as well. I'm going to add the link in the title, but the link's underneath in the description anyway. He says, Surfer, I swear Chelsea fans only bitching about performance because of what Arsenal did when we were in Europa. We were so unserious and still won. We still won. This comp is not hard. Try and just win it and we move on.
My exact point. That run in 2019 Europa League, Chelsea fans didn't care until the final. Okay, they didn't care about it, and that was Europa League, right? This is what I don't get. Why are Chelsea fans mad at performance in a cup at the start of the season? You didn't care about. You didn't want it to be in it. You didn't deem us that we should be in it. It's below us. So why are you upset about a performance in a competition you don't care about? That's what I never.
Of the season, people were saying, you know what, just play.
Let me just finish. Sorry, because I just find this. You just lose all credibility. you can't be upset about a performance when I bet if I was to go back, or if I was to clone Warrior J about 100 times to find people's comments about the Conference League at the start of the season, and then the same people are going, "Oh, we played so rubbish, I can't believe it," and stuff like that. At the start of the season, they probably said, "Well, not really bothered about their Conference League. Don't really care. Just about getting in the Champions League and stuff like that." So
I get that. Yeah, that's a fair point.
It's just hard for me to take this seriously. It's just like it's like it'd be like someone critiquing our 2012 Champions League win where we didn't play well in the final, and then having a go at it, being disappointed more with the performance and us winning the Champions League.
I just
or
think
like any cup we win, any cup we win, like anything, like it just boggles my mind. I'm bamboozled. I'm flummoxed. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like I sit here and I go, are you just not you, Ahmed? Are you guys just perpetually miserable about everything?
They
you know
are.
what I mean?
And
not funny. Chelsea and misery kind of good together.
Sometimes it's funny because these same fans complaining, right, at the start of the season or back in the summer, we're saying, you know what? Play the academy kids in this competition. Let them learn and develop. We'll be fine. We're now doing that, and people are still complaining. People are complaining that, bro, we lost to Ipswich. People weren't this angry. That's weird to me.
Yeah, man, that's terrible. Yeah,
people weren't this angry against Ipswich, bro, but against Copenhagen, now we have to have standards as Chelsea fans. No.
True.
I cook Jackson, man. I can't lie, and that one's done.
Yeah, cool. You cook Jackson, but now we beat Copenhagen. So why are you cooking?
I'm cooking because of performances again.
Key difference. I think there's no prime that people were saying play the youth players. This is the time for them to develop. But because of the competition you're in and the teams you're facing, they expected the performances to be better. So even if you play the youth players, not saying this is right, is their mindset play? The reason why they're saying play the youngsters, not only want to see them get experience, we're winning this competition regardless. Do you think it's some of that?
Yeah, but we are winning. But we are winning this regardless.
Yeah, but in the past, the performances being of a high standard as well. Which
my thing is prime
but people also need to understand is, like I said, any team we face in this competition is going to raise their level 1,000-fold to try and beat us. That's true, especially a good side like Copenhagen. So if we rotate, if Chelsea have won, what was it, 3-11? We also rotated. Our best
we haven't played for 9 days.
Is not playing well.
I haven't played for 9 days.
Yeah, we didn't play in 9 days. And then we're going to play a Copenhagen side that, look, hey, we're playing Chelsea. They don't look good right now. Oh, Maresca said he's playing Sanchez. All right, guys, just shoot on goal. We might get something. We could nick something. We could nick a 1-1 at home. Then we go to the bridge next week, and who knows? Maybe we beat Chelsea. That's what they're thinking. People really don't understand that. And because people are in the bubble looking at it as Chelsea, right? Like when Chelsea played Shamrock Rovers, I was able to look at something outside of Chelsea. That's why I kept saying if Chelsea play Sanchez against Shamrock Rovers, hey, we could get something, because you know why? Sanchez is that bad. That's how rivals look at us. That's how Copenhagen will look at us. That's how a Fiorentina or a Mold or a Betis will look at us. Sanchez is playing. There is a real chance. That's how teams look at Man United with Onana. He's playing. There's a real chance. Like, do you not understand that? So we won the game. It was relatively comfortable. Cool. Second leg is at home. They're not doing anything against us at home. We're fine.
And also, I just think what. Why were we celebrating the big wins against Shamrock and that other team, like 8-0 or something? Why did we celebrate them why did we over celebrate them?
Shamrock, yeah.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we bloody well did.
People were celebrating hat-tricks.
I didn't celebrate against Shamrock, man.
People were telling me, bro.
Check the tapes, man. Check the tapes.
Bro, when we played Shamrock, we battled.
Yeah, but I only do watch for Conference League because that's like for my peers.
Ahmed, again. We're not talking about you.
No,
don't
no,
represent
Teva's talking about me. He's saying you didn't watch it.
Surfer.
Bro.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I
yes.
celebrated every goal.
But I do.
Nah,
listen,
but whatever.
yeah, but
Chelsea
to be
fans
honest,
did,
yeah,
bro.
but South
Chelsea fans were
context.
gassed about these games, bro.
I was cooking prime and that's for prime minute. It's like, you know,
But I'm not talking about you. Chelsea fans were gassed
No,
about.
because Andrew.
I know, Surfer. I know, but Surfer is still right though. Chelsea fans were gassed about battering Shamrock Rovers and what was it, Heidelheim, and we battered that team in the Carabao Cup. I can't remember. Like, you can't be saying, "Oh, hat tricks." You know, you can't be saying, "Oh, hat tricks." And Cuckoo has a hat trick. Where's your hat trick? You can't be doing that gimmick. But now we play an actual good side. Like, show them some respect, guys. Show them some respect. And the fact that Maresca played young kids against them and we still won, that's showing the trust in the squad that people have been saying that he should show. He's doing that now. Because I guarantee if we had played Neto up top and he had got injured, Chelsea fans would be crying, why didn't we give Moeka a chance? Because we now don't have another striker. Because Gusto, when he went down injured, right? I mean, I know he's fit, but when he went down and I thought he got injured, I was looking at that as, oh, if he's gone, who else do we have now? Like, I don't know why people are Chelsea fans just love to complain, but all that energy you have of complaining, do another fucking protest. Sorry for swearing.
Hey, use that energy. Where's the energy? Where's the energy for another protest talk against Leicester than the actual performance of last night? Because I'm not hearing anything about another protest against the Leicester game. Oh, color me surprised. Oh,
remember
no
this saying? But Bowley said, Bowley came out after the protest and said, "Fuck your protest." So go do another. I mean, basically, yes. Bro, he said, "Fuck your protest," and we bought another 16-year-old. But you know what? If you're so angry, protest before the Leicester game. Show me.
I can't lie to you, man. That was nasty work, man. I'll be honest. The 16.
Remember saying you were stuck in traffic for the protest. I think CP.
I'm sorry, Corey Pirate. You don't know what it's like to live in central London, bro. You know what I mean?
You don't know what it's like. You don't know about these roads.
You don't know about these roads. I was genuinely in one.
No, let me stop you right there. Because no. You see, you think you're going to get away with that, but I lived in London. I know the Battersea area. I know the Chelsea area.
I was in Westminster. I was in Westminster. 6 p.m.
Westminster's not that
Westminster.
No.
6 p.m. Westminster. And I had to stream at 7 p.m. Stream at 7 p.m. too.
No.
With shopping bags.
Routes you can get there. So yeah, that's right. There's nothing called London cabs who know all the shortcuts to get you anywhere.
Brother, I'm not paying for London cabs. I'm not paying for London cabs.
I can get you behind the King's Road to Old Man's Gardens or something like that.
Listen.
No, but Surfer, what you don't know, you don't understand the context.
Hang on, Prem. I got this guy. He thinks he can get away with it because he doesn't. People know it. See, I know that area. I was born in Lambeth. I know that area. I lived for 20 years.
Allegedly, man.
By the King's Road. I walked to World's End. I walked to Stamford Bridge.
I'm not even shaky, man. I told you this. I told Corey this. I told Corey this before. I genuinely got stuck in traffic and I had 2 Tesco bags. I had to go make some quick shopping. So I actually had to not go there physically.
No, but Surfer, what you don't understand is you grew up in London, but you didn't grow up where Ahmed grew up, bro. Fancy mansion and that drivers. You didn't grow up like
straight up trash. I was the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Still trash.
You don't know where he's from, dog.
This is insane.
I'm council flat. This guy is this guy's mansion boy.
Curry, why am I getting asked about the protest thing, bro? If there's a protest, let's start. I will go there, bro. It's not Sunday, 2 p.m.
But what CP is saying is right. Not at Ahmed per se, but for the people who are angry, show that anger at next protest.
I'll be honest, man. It's nasty word that I've not heard anything again about the protest. Like usually, you hear something.
And that's why I said I don't care.
But I said this to you yesterday. Then I think I said this to Prime yesterday. Yeah, because there's like Prime is, but like my thing is like, I remember I think I said this to Prime as well in the stream afterwards. Like we were talking about Copenhagen. Yeah, that was the nasty the nasty thing. My tongue's finished, but that was the nasty back.
Yo, that is crazy. Yo, what is going on?
Tongue twister. Sorry, my apologies.
Yo, I said my tongue is tight. Wow,
don't say that and then don't say that and then tongue twister afterwards, right? Don't say that and tongue twister afterwards, bro.
You need to go get some water, man. Have you got some H2O next to you?
No. Listen. I'm always hydrated. Always hydrated.
Yeah,
but on a serious,
some of that water, man.
Jesus. I was saying, like, obviously,
Ahmed, do you want to use that? Do you want to use that to reverse time?
Let's please. Yes, please. Let's use that. But enough. But like, but I was just making the point that, you know, the Brazilian kid that came out 2 days after the protest, was the biggest backslap I've ever seen, bro, in my life, bro. Like, they really just said to you, you know, fuck you, bro. That's like the biggest F you that you could ever hear, bro. 16-year-old Brazilian coming in 2 years. There we go.
Mazza. Yeah, sorry, that was crazy. Yeah, man. You lot subscribe to the Bridge Nation, subscribe to this crazy individual.
Thank you, mate.
That's fire, actually. That is fire. I got the whole Doctor Strange thing. That's cold. That really is. Hey, you lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. And Ahmed, staying with you, someone who was criticized for his performance in that Copenhagen game, has been criticized as of late, is Cole Palmer. Obviously, not reached the heights of last season, has been in poor form for a strong minute now. So, your thoughts on his poor form? How do you reckon you turn it around? Does he need to be dropped? Is it Maresca's system? What we say? What we saying?
You know. This is a great discussion to have, because I like this discussion, because this is something that I've been discussing for a while. I know Surfer knows that I've spoken about this while, even Prime. You know, one of my things about Cole Palmer was that, and I had this discussion actually yesterday with Marshall while we were watching the game together, and like he made a good point that, you know, I think both of you guys would be or like to hear your points. The last really, like, I would say, peak performance from Palmer, where he also got like a goal and an assist, was actually like the Newcastle game, right? I'm pretty sure, like, would you guys not agree? I feel like that's like his last peak performance, as well as like him getting like a GNA result, right? I hope my co-host would agree with me on that one. But after that, really, what has happened is that there's been like a degradation in terms of like his degradation in his performances over time, essentially, right? And it started obviously with the fact that he was getting goals and assists, right? But he was still getting goals, but then he stopped getting goals, and then the performances started getting worse, and then he's not providing anything, and then we kind of got into this stage that we are in right now. Now, one of the things that I spoke about, which is I think is kind of interesting, is that I would like to actually interject Palmer with Jackson, actually, because both of them were similar in the sense that they although Jackson's one kind of happened a little bit more later, kind of started with Everton with him, the performances were degrading, but then the manager, I feel like, did not trust the bench enough, because we still had a bench at that time of Nkunku or Felix, right, to kind of swap these guys out. And I feel like they should have been allowed to be substituted initially, which the manager wasn't doing. And then, obviously, with Palmer, you then lose Felix, you then lose a bunch of these guys. Now, listen, let's not get twisted. Felix is absolutely cooked. You know, these guys now watch AC Milan, on the side. Terrible. Barbecue chicken, whatever you want to call it. He trashed. That's it, man. There's no other way to put it, right? But at the very least, you still had someone that you can replace Cole Palmer with. The problem now is you can't really replace him with someone, right? At least in EPL games.
With 10.
The problem with that, Flawless, is that I would like that to happen, but I think the system that we play in Nkunku's 10 does not necessarily work. That's the problem, right? Flawless, right? Now, you may say Sancho, right? Which I think is a good shout. Or maybe even, I know Prime mentioned even KDH. Now, that should have actually happened in my eyes against Southampton or this game, right? This is the two games he should have chosen, one or the other, to actually take Palmer out and get him to sit down, because you saw him against Southampton, Flawless. I don't know if you watched the game, bro. It was the 80th minute, and he was ball hogging the ball, bro. Everyone was passing to him, he was ball hogging because he was that desperate for a goal, bro. Genuinely, right? And so for me, it's like he needs to be taken out, have a sit down, mate, relax, reorganize your mind, and like he needs to go back to again getting into flow, doing the basics correct, bro. You know what I mean? Because he's not. I feel like with him, he's overcomplicating everything, bro. He's not going through the motions. You know, like you know what I mean? Like he's not going through what he needs to do, if that makes sense. So he needs to sit down, have a break with the Kit Kat, and then hopefully that helps us, right?
Have a Kit Kat. Got you. I hear that, man. That's it. Yeah, man. That's
there we go, man. There you go.
Yeah,
you know, man. The streets know about that saying.
You know, man. If the streets know, man. You know what I'm saying? If the Battersea streets know, you already know.
Don't
That's
do
what
that,
Palmer
bro.
needs is a
That's
Kit
the
Kat.
famous saying, you know, like
Yeah,
you know what Kit Kat. That is doing
Yes,
the Kit Kat.
I'm fully aware of
You know,
make sure
the
that's
name
make
of
sure.
Kit Kat.
you know,
I'm fully aware.
you know the problem. You know the problem, Ahmed, right? Flawless and I are older than you, and we don't even say that, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I just like maybe you know it is. I just like quit first.
I
Basically,
can't even
maybe
remember.
think.
I can't even remember the last time. I don't know when the last time I said that. If I did, I don't even remember the last time I heard that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take a break. They don't even do the. Do you know how old it is? They don't even do the Kit Kat adverts like that.
Yeah, they don't
I
even
know
do
they don't
that.
even do Kit Kat, but more. I know.
Yeah,
but,
but
just
Surfer,
like
in Ahmed's defense, you and Flawless didn't grow up, rich. In the mansion, going to
I
private
haven't grown
school.
up since. I'm
Exactly.
still
So, Ahmed, you can't, bro. You say Battersea. That's a rich area. Don't do this. Battersea.
brother, he don't know there's parts of Battersea that are the dangerous parts.
Ahmed, I've passed through Battersea. I've passed through Battersea.
I think you live on the
Where
side.
I live now. Listen,
I think you live on the side of Battersea Bridge before Battersea Park. Am I right?
yes, that's why I live now. The VG area. The VG area now. I live in the VG area.
Bullshit. You don't live near Battersea Park. You live on the other side of the bridge, which is the posh part. I know this. All right.
Yes, that's why I live now. That's why I live now. Where I live now. Yes, but before I lived before.
You live near Victoria, don't you?
Yes, that's correct. I live near Victoria. Yes, that's correct. He knows where I live,
guys. By the way, when I've been saying he goes to a private school and Ahmed wants to react, you can't tell me that you can't tell me that.
Prime, I'm gonna slightly dox myself here. You know where the princes go to school?
Don't dox yourself.
You won't find me even there. It's not even that big of a dox. You know where the princes go to school, like the prince and princess go to school, like St. Thomas. Mm-hmm. It's just down the road from me, actually. So,
so when I say,
I said this before. Modric and Jorginho live near me, by the way. This is like a known fact as well. So.
Again. So when I kept saying the guy goes to went to a private school, he wanted to react to me. And now he's saying that Modric and Jorginho.
Listen, you know, there's another one I used to like, which is like, it's good, but it's not quite Carlin. Remember that one, Flawless?
If you knew this area, Flawless, I'm quite impressed that Ahmed and that side know what Kit Kats are to begin with because it's so posh.
Wait, so Ahmed, all these rich people that you know and you grew up with, why couldn't you put a get together a consortium and buy Chelsea?
Facts. And they don't sell where he buys. It's not chocolate, it's chocolate. That's what they buy there.
Ahmed lives on such a posh side that in the nurseries, when the kids have a sleep in the afternoon, their blankets are preheated and their pillows are pampered by butlers. That's where, you know what
I mean. But Surfer, we'll go to you and big up to Will as well. Been a member of the channel for 14 months. Hey, Will, big up, man. Member for 14 months. Yeah, Will been supporting that long. You're not just a total prick for no reason. Big up, Will, man. Link for the membership. Say again?
No, don't big up Will.
I have to big up Will, man.
Small down, Will.
Nah, the reason I have to big him up because he's a quality striker on pro club, so I need him on side, to be honest. So yeah, shout out to Will and that. Will, if you're about as well, we're running clubs tonight.
So you guys have a striker and Chelsea don't. Hey, Will, focus on your own.
Hey, nah, don't do that. We got like 4 strikers.
Chelsea don't have a striker, but he wants to take shot at Shamrock Rovers. You have a striker. All right, man. Focus on your.
They also have a free scoring left wing back. I don't know who that is.
We got, you know what I'm saying? Like Surface scores from wing back, scores from striker. You got Spoobs, you got Will, you got H.
So Surfer has become everything he hated in Alonso.
He's actually, don't you dare Sam Alonso.
Don't you dare stand where he stood.
Don't you dare stand where he stood, mate. Yeah.
I'll use this so much you won't exist. All right, I'll reverse time so much you won't exist.
Idiots.
Sorry, what are you going to ask me for this?
Palmer's formed the same question I was asking about Ahmed. Do you think it's on him? How much of it is his fault, do you reckon? Does he need to be? Is it dropped? Is it a tactical situation in your part from Maresca? Is it players around him? Is it a mixture of those things?
I don't know. I think it's you can take bits and pieces from everything. I mean, there's only one game where he's been man marked, and that's Liverpool away. He's not been man marked in like a game against you. He had the free range of Old Trafford and didn't do much of it. Yeah. I don't know whether it's just a second season thing. You know, like people say, like I heard on back again, like, oh, is he Michu one season wonder? And the guy's sitting on like 20 GNA in the league. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's mad. Or the demise of Cole Palmer as troops, and it's like he hasn't scored in 6 games. Is that really a demise? I mean, what are we doing it? No, listen,
that's impressive.
Huh?
That's still.
Yeah,
let me know he's got 20 GNA.
I think it's maybe it's learning he's learning a new position where it's not really, he's not got a set position. He's allowed to just roam basically where he wants. I think he has to strike up better relationships with the new players, especially like Neto. He has to do better there. I think he's trying to do too much in the last few games. Keeps losing the ball, or he's not looking where he's passing and stuff like that. But he's a young player, right? This is his second full season. You know what I mean? He's like 22, but I think he's 22, but he started really late for this generation of players in terms of full seasons. Do you know what I mean? He started really late. I mean, we're talking like Saka's a great player, and it's like what, 5th, 6th straight season of playing like high intensity football like this. Phil Foden, what, like 6th, 7th straight season, stuff like that. He's just having like even before this run, I didn't think he was actually playing. I didn't think he's playing as good as he was last season, and that's one of the things you will have to credit Poch with, that he got a good tune out of Palmer. But but like they said at the start of the season, people are paying more attention to him as well. Coaches are damn sure paying more attention to him and trying to shut him out, and he's got to learn. He's got to learn to deal with that. We see it more this season. He's been fouled more than he was last season. He's been kicked more than
I've noticed that. Like when I've watched you lot's games, that as soon as he picks up the ball, I've seen him pick up the ball on the halfway line and get kicked. Like damn, like man's on the halfway line.
But
we'll go.
This past form, he's playing. He's playing crap. You know what I mean? He's playing crap. I think maybe can you say, is he starting to believe some of his own hype? Maybe that's doing in there. Do you know what I mean? But he has to take. He took all the accolades last season. He's got to now take the criticism, and people have got to stop. We're now getting the thing where if you criticize Palmer, someone who defends him will go, yeah, but this player didn't play well, and it's like, no, we're not focusing on that player. If that player didn't play well, we're going to go into that player next. It's I could go to you. Oh well, Palmer's played. Yeah, but what about Sancho? Okay, well, Sancho didn't play well, but we're focusing on Palmer right now. I mean, why didn't Palmer play well? And that's the thing. Maresca has to sort it out. But the problem is we've got a fledgling coach in his second full season of management with a player in his second full season of football. You know what I mean? So it's what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? What are we doing here? Now, if we had a more experienced manager, he might have been taken out. I totally agree with Armo was saying. It's not as if like maybe not even like dropping him, but just if he's not playing, I'll take him off. Like the game against Arsenal, when we drew 1-0, he was shit in the second. I'll take him off. You know what I mean? He's not impacting the game whatsoever. I thought the last good game he had was probably West Ham at home, especially in the second half when everyone was. I mean, he had a goal. He had a hand in the winning goal. It was deflected, but he still had a hand in it. But before that, he's creating a lot of chances. But because no one's finishing them, now because we're in the stats age, everyone thinks he has a bad game, and that's fine because. But I will, unlike other people's star boys, I will actually criticize mine. I won't go, oh yeah, but he's not being helped out by blah blah blah. That wasn't it. That was his excuse last season. He didn't need a lot of help last season when he was racking up like 30 plus GNA in the league.
Yeah, he was.
He had Jackson. Yeah, Jackson stuff like that. No, that's fine. But he just has to go through it. You know what I mean? He has to go through it. He needs to like a couple of games where I think he just needs a couple of games. Like I think if he has plays the next 2 games, even if it's coming on against Copenhagen, gets a couple of goals, he might go back into some good form. But it's just one of those things. I've not got an issue with it at the moment, because his run of bad form has coincided with the team's run of bad form.
Point is.
So I don't know what I don't know why we seem to do that a lot the past few seasons. Well, it's not just like when one player not playing well, the whole team seems to do a 180 for this reason. It seems to always happen at some parts of the season. But just on a side note, what Ahmed said, you know, about Felix and stuff like that. I mean, I did warn you guys. I was punished in the summer when I laughed at him for missing the penalty. But the problem is I can't laugh.
All-time low.
We can't laugh too much, guys, because he's still our player. He's still coming back to us in the summer.
No Samu, man. No Samu Nation.
No Samu Nation, man. But he needs to step up now. He needs to step up. He got the accolades. He got the player of the season, young player of the year. Scored in the Euros final. You know, scored 4 at home to Brighton. Broke the records. So you're gonna praise him. You can just set the criticism of it, and it's fair. He's not a finished article. You know what I mean? He's not an Eden Hazard 5 years in. You can have, and like I said, I've criticised the best, so I have no problem criticising Palmer. I've no problem criticising any one of these players. I'm not loyal to. They haven't done nothing for me. Do you know what I mean? They've done nothing for me. These players, I don't care who they are. Even like Caicedo, I don't care. You know what I mean? You've done nothing for me to give you the support, like to be so like in your corner like that. You know, I'm not one of these Felix fanboys. Oh, you're never going to give up on Felix. Piss off. Do you know what I mean?
That man, I'm back again telling me about Griezmann and then bringing up stuff from 2016.
I wanted to so
telling me about what he did in 20. We're in 2025. And man, I'm talking about what man did in 2016. I didn't have hair in 2016. Now my plaits are at my eyeballs. What are we doing?
But it's like, and also like, this stuff about Dembele from 5 years ago. Piss off. This is an aberration. He's playing well this season. It's an aberration.
It's the exception to the rule.
Yes,
but these players get away with it. Remember the Depay thing?
Oh, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? With Dembele, when no focus on the league, Mbappe's not there anymore. He suddenly played well because no one's watching the league. Do you know what I mean? He's suddenly playing well, and it's only because Mbappe's there. Shit. You know what I mean? Absolute shit for the first 2 years he was there. Absolute shit. I love it. I tell you what, he's a fucking Arsenal player if I ever see one. Dembele, no pressure, beautiful football. Or remember at the end of remember under Wenger when they were at the title race, no pressure, always finish 4th.
Yeah, they would start ball now. Yeah. They go on the run.
I mean, no one's watching the French league. No one knows how good that mid. Oh, that you know I know no one's watching the French league because they praise the PSG midfield. But if they were that good, you would have been watching them all the season. Do you know what I mean? It's like that.
If they had a better attack, I would, because I rate their midfield highly, but I just can't stand their attack. That's the problem.
They're a better goalkeeper.
I make boys than that.
They're a better goalkeeper. They're a better goalkeeper.
I don't mind the defense. I don't mind the defense. If they actually have, because I think their midfield, like as a trio, is one of the best in Europe.
Their backline is really good, you know. They've got a top backline as well.
That's a good comment, man. Dele Alli was cooking a few years ago.
2016. You know Go watch Back Again, people.
Prime Sanchez, man. Prime Sanchez.
All I said on Back Again. All I said on Back Again was I think Griezmann is overrated. Not that he's a bad player. Yeah, not that he's terrible. I just said he's overrated, and you've seen the reaction.
Do you know Antoine Griezmann has never won a league title?
Yes,
that don't surprise me.
Yeah,
because he left because he went to Barcelona.
When he went to Barca, Atletico won the league. When he went back,
and he wasn't there the first time they won it in 13.
And then man started telling me about the defensive football Atletico play, like they haven't had attacker after attacker who have done bits there. If you go for the attack,
they were playing a couple of years ago. For a couple of years, they were playing some good attacking football. They can mix it up. That's the thing about them. They mix it up now. They used to be ultra
when you were talking about, was it you or someone mentioned the 2018 World Cup that he had? That's the same.
They mentioned the 2018 and 2016. They mentioned the Euros before that as well.
Oh, this year, the 2016 Euros, he was good. That was his breakout.
Yeah.
But I think it was the 2018 World Cup. Was that the World Cup? Not when they got knocked out in the.
No, they won that one.
No, not that one.
Which one?
Someone mentioned, I think, the World Cup after they won the World Cup.
Oh, 2022.
Yeah, someone mentioned that, no?
Oh, 21 Euros. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, the Euros. Oh, when he got knocked out by Switzerland, was it? Was there that?
Yes, sorry, that year. Yes, that one. But people were saying that he was good when he wasn't.
Hey, can I just ask?
And also Dembele as well. He's not a starter for France. If they have other options to play, they'll play the other options. He's not really a starter.
Can I just ask, where was Griezmann in the last World Cup final? I just want to know. Where was Griezmann in that one?
Oi, oi, oi.
I'm comfortable. Scratch that. Where was he on Tuesday?
But I got to tell you right now,
Where was he on Tuesday?
I don't remember him. I don't remember him Tuesday whatsoever. I remember Alvarez, beautiful. Alvarez, beautiful.
Wait, hold on. No, but where was Dembele though against Liverpool? Because everyone says PSG battered Liverpool, but where's the big game player to step up?
I told you.
Everyone wants to look at Salah. Everyone looks at Salah for not stepping up, right? That's fine. But Dembele didn't step up.
When the spotlight's on him, he melts quicker than a chocolate teapot in a microwave. That's what he does, right? He melts quicker. I tell you, he does that. He does that. He is. I told you. I put a super chat into Back Again podcast. Dembele, Depay, Felix, ultimate. Oh, sorry. Whatever I put. Straight up comp player trash. That's what they are. And I tell you what, I might add Griezmann to that. And I tell you what, now he's got his new contract. My beady eyes are on Musiala now. Now he's got that big fat contract as well. Musiala better deliver now. 500k a week.
Hey, Surfer, you know in like 2020, that was like everyone's dream forward line.
Oh,
that's what people's ultimate forward line.
But that's what, you know, I was saying to people who know it, Flores had the argument, oh, Griezmann, yeah, they went back to 2016. I'll tell you this right now. Felix is 25. You know when his best season was? At Benfica.
Yeah,
and
Benfica
was his best season. Yeah.
19
so
is crazy.
6 years ago.
You know how crazy that sounds, bro?
People are going back to
19 years old is when you had your best season, bro.
Bro, people are going back to 2016.
He peaked at 19.
Peaked at 19. Nah, man, that's crazy.
He's this generation's Morata, because it's all money laundering now. The transfers, that's what it is now.
Oh my!
He's Morata, bro. He's going to be.
Morata still gives you output, though.
You know, Phoenix is going to be one of those NBA. You know, they do it inside the studio with Charles Barkley, and he has to guess the thing. And there's always one guy who's on it. He never gets it right. He's been in it, and they go, now on his 12th team, that'll be Felix. That'll be Felix. On like 12 teams.
Hey, but Surfer, no, but with Felix though, right? Because he's a bowler, he'll get away with it.
Yeah,
he will get.
No, he won't get away with it.
He'll get. No, he will. Bro, he'll get another team in the summer, whether we sell him or it's another loan. He'll have a bowler debut, and you'll start seeing the comps going around. Chelsea fans will be like, "Oh, why did we get rid of him? We need him."
Well, for our fan base, what has he done to get this loyalty? I don't understand. What has he done to get his loyalty? He got 4 goals.
He's a technician.
Our fan base is starving, man. Our fan base is starving, bro.
Do you know the season we signed him? Hang on. Do you know the season we signed him? We were so bad in the cups, right? We got knocked out of the cups early. When he got sent off in January, his first game, you know, he didn't play till March because we had no cup games. He had a 3-match ban because we had no cup games. He didn't play till March. We went from nearly end of January to early March because we were out of the cups. He went 6 weeks without playing and scored
because
4 goals.
Bro, he's a bowler though. He's a bowler.
But why? How could I've seen
real
bowlers.
I've
seen bowlers. I don't understand this.
The idea of Felix, it sounds cold when you say, João Felix, technically fantastic, which he is, talented, which he is. But then when you actually watch him and you just see there's zero productivity.
Felix, man.
Zero productivity. We've all had this because we talk to a pretty girl and realize she has no personality. That's what it is. We've all been there.
João Felix.
No, can I just say, Surfer? You know how many times that, like, when I was like 18, 19, that broke my heart, man.
What, when you realize that you see a girl,
10 minutes later, I'm like, bro,
she's got no personality. She got no bands. She got no jokes, no comebacks, no wittiness, no sarcasm.
And I don't like talking to people in general anyway. So, bro, within 10 minutes, I'm like,
been there, man.
João Felix is this, right? João Felix is a film trailer. It's a comedy film trailer where they put all the funny bits in the trailer, and then you go see the film, and it's shit. Do you know what I mean? It's shit. You've seen all the funny bits in the trailer. That's all it is. You've seen it, and you go, like that. You've gone, okay.
You're like, we've seen all the best moments.
All the best moments. All this like, oh, I still piss off, man. You know what I mean? Piss off. You guys don't even know. I hate that. Oh, he's a baller. You should not be. If you think João Felix is a baller, A, you have no idea what a baller is, and B, you should never be allowed to use the term baller ever again. You think this guy's a
I
baller?
Bro, I don't even know what a baller means now.
I don't know what baller is. Yeah.
It means having a left foot. It means having a left foot.
It means somebody who's technically sound, Prime.
No. I know what it's supposed to mean, but nowadays, people, these buzz phrases, right? Baller, 1v1 demon, bro. I mean, people are trying to gaslight me about that with Garnacho. Bro, the first time I heard 1v1 demon was with when Don, the Chelsea fan, was talking about Madueke in the summer. 1v1 demon.
No, I had 1v1 demon for Cho. It was for Cho, Prime. You forgot it's Cho. Cho was called Doji. Cho was the original 1v1 demon. And you know what? He deserved it, by the way. He actually deserved the term 1v1 demon.
Yeah, but Ahmed, that term died. And then all of a sudden it came back from Madueke.
I can't believe it came from Madueke. That's crazy that it came back from
Generational. Thank you, Mediterranean. Generational is another word I hate, bro. Generational. Everyone's generational.
But some of this fan base I tell you what, some of this fan base make me laugh, right? With this how Felix like protectionism. They have the nerve and you can criticize the performances, rightly so, but they're like, oh, Neto and Sancho are being shit. And then there you find out they back this Felix guy. You back this Felix guy who, do you remember when he scored in his debut against Milan? We shouldn't have sold him. Nothing since then. Nothing since
He's
then.
been bad. He's been terrible, bro.
He's been so bad that Milan fans want him out, and he's only on loan.
I remember Milan fans saying we found our Kaka.
No, flawless. I don't think you understand, yeah. And I know you guys heard, you know that quote, there's like a generational quote, yeah. If only he played as he was handsome or something like that. That's what
the guy said. The guy said it. Someone should have been in the editor's room and be like, hey, yo. But yeah, I hear what you
said. Bro, you know how insane this is though? Like the fact they have got like that's gonna stick with him for life, by the way. That quote is gonna stick with him for life, bro. That's like one of those quotes, man.
What did he say? He's as handsome as he is poor at football or something along them lines.
If only he was as handsome as he was at football, basically.
Yeah, someone should be like, pause. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Gunnar G as well. But yeah, to you, Prime, Cole Palmer, thoughts on his recent poor form and how does he turn it around?
Frozen Palmer.
Damn.
Yeah, he hasn't
Cold Ice Spice Palmer.
What? And we know where your head is in the gutter, mate. But whatever.
No, it's the joke. You didn't get it, but okay with me.
No, you said you called him Ice Spice. Yeah, your head's in the gutter.
Cold Ice Spice Palmer, yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You know what? You just gotta let some jokes die, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why don't you go back to watching what you were watching on yesterday's stream, Ahmed, and you were like.
Some of us said I looked tired. I was like, damn, I'm not that high. Chill out, please.
Anyways, was a Palmer. Yeah, he hasn't been. He's been poor like the last 2 months, which has coincided with our poor form as well. But it's weird because even though he's been poor, he's still been creating chances. So, like, it just shows again how good this guy is. That even when he's poor, like, it's still good enough to give you something. But I agree. There are certain games, even before this poor run, earlier in the season, there were certain games where he was ineffective, and he just should have been taken off. And I understand, people will say, well, he's our best player, or why take him off? He might do something out of nothing. But you saw, for example, PSG Liverpool. You saw Arne Slot, he took off Salah. That's their best player. People are saying player of the year, Ballon d'Or. You took him off. You brought on, Harvey Elliott and the rest, and that made a difference. So sometimes it's not just about continuously forcing him. Against Man United, he was man-marked, ineffective. Just take him out and try something else. Against Arsenal, ineffective. Take him out, try something else. And because this is the squad you have to use it. And I understand not really if you don't trust, say, a Felix, or you don't want to trust an Nkunku or whatever, but this is a squad you have. Sometimes you have to try and make the best out of it. And that's what I was saying for this game against Copenhagen, or like what Ahmed said against Leicester. You just take out Palmer, because someone put in the chat that we've had an 8-game rest. Yes, but just continuously playing, especially when you're in this bad form. Like, if you're a few games into bad form, I understand you could play your way out of it. But when you're this deep into like a rut, sometimes you just need to come out and just get a rest. To even taking a game or two out, and maybe you can come off the bench or something that can help you. And it also doesn't help that he doesn't have Jackson as well. Jackson, who was also in a bad run of form, and I even predicted it. I think after the Spurs game, Jackson is just burnt out and he just needs time out to rest. Jackson, this injury he has, hopefully that can do him a world of good, so he can come back now just completely refreshed. We have an international break coming up for Palmer. I'm assuming he's not going to get picked for England because he hasn't been playing well. So that can help him take that week or 2 weeks off just to like refresh, and you come back because we need him for the end of the season. If we're going to like make top 4 or secure top 4, we're going to need him firing completely. So
that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know, continue to run up that likes as well. Hit the subscribe button, switching lanes quickly from Chelsea to Manchester United. Unfortunately, obviously, we was in Europe, played against Sociedad, and I said before the game it was must not lose. And it's been a minute since I've been disappointed about a draw. Beforehand, I would have took a 1-1 draw, 100%, because I was expecting Sociedad to be on the front foot, presses as soon as we got the ball. None of that. It was dry. People, they was flat. They didn't have their first shot on target to the 70th minute, which was indeed the penalty. That tells you, like, Onana didn't have a save to make before that. They only had like 3 or 4 shots before that anyway. And you see in Manchester United lack of quality going forward because we had enough of the ball, enough possession, and the ball in the right areas. Obviously, everyone seen the still of Dalot, and he didn't cross it into Højlund. Whether he didn't see him or whether he was like, he's going to miss anyway. Who knows? But hey, that's on the manager because that's 2 players that shouldn't be out there because they're not good enough. And you would have thought that Dalot at wing back and Højlund at strike is not working. Maybe so. That's on that. Scored a good goal. Xerxes, the reason why he scored that goal is because he did take it early, but it falls on the manager. But out dusty lineups like that, you're going to get dusty performances. And that's for Bruno Fernandes. Foolishness. Complete. And that's the type of mistake he makes. His decision-making is terrible. It's always my biggest criticism of Bruno. And I was saying this on Back Again earlier to troops. Even though we'd be trolling about Bruno, people believe some of the nonsense that he's saying, even though he's just playing devil.
Wait, it's trolling? I thought he was actually a Bruno fan.
No. You don't rate Bruno. He said it last week. He was like, I don't rate Bruno.
Oh, he does it to troll.
Yeah. He does it. He does it to troll, and it's kind of like, yeah. But every time he's trolled about, he saved you our best player. He's gone on to make a mistake. I'm saying he said about Bruno, he makes a mistake the next game. Tried telling me earlier on in the season, 09 is our best player, went on to make multiple mistakes. Tried to tell me Maguire was our best centre back, went on to make multiple mistakes. Tried to tell me I was hating on Kai Havertz and he's this and that. Now it's we need to get rid of this donkey. Is terrible. Try to tell me Rice is 100 million. Now Rice is performing at a 50, 60 million pound player, or even lower, maybe, depending on what that. Now there's comps surrounding him. The list goes on. Try to tell me I was being harsh on Jackson. Now he's criticizing Jackson. It's like,
you're the one that destroyed Jackson.
No, it wasn't me. It was blame troops because he told me I was hating. When I said that Chelsea need a better striker, because this is when he was in good form. I was like, Chelsea need a better striker than Nicholas Jackson. And I was like, that's not a criticism. I'm just saying for where they're trying to go, he's not good enough. Then all of a sudden his form dipped, and it's Chelsea need a striker. Same with Kai Havertz at Arsenal. Not bad players, but just not good enough for where them 2 teams are trying to go. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you were right about Jack. That's not like anything to.
I was hating because we had dead strikers. Yeah, because I was hating. That's why. Because he was in, a lot of people do results-based analysis because he was in good form at that time. So because he was balling out at that time, that's what it is. Whereas I can see through that.
You know what? Even I went a little bit crazy. Even I went a little bit crazy and said that Isaac's not better than Jackson. I went crazy for a second. Yeah. I hear it.
Right. Yeah. And that's where it lands. So yeah, in regards to the game, we didn't really create too much outside of the goal. Garnacho out there playing hit the side netting. You know what I'm saying? That's the Garnacho challenge. But we move. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. I think every game he's definitely hit the side netting more in the last 20 games than he has goals because he's scored no goals in the last 20 games. But hey, people will continue to back this guy. And in regards to the Maino reports, I take it with a pinch of salt. The Maino reports. But Flawless, if the Cobby reports are true, him wanting a lot more money than the offering, would you sell? Personally, yes. It depends on how much. Because I seen reports saying, he wants, I think it was more than 180. Whether this is true, I don't know. I'm not sure. But would I pay him 180? No, I wouldn't pay him 180. not in the slightest. Then I seen a report saying, "Or if he goes to Chelsea, he wants more than Cole Palmer." It's like, come on, man did not say that. There's like no chance that Mano has said that to his agent. Not a prayer, but hey, insert Sol Campbell meme here. You know how they do. You know what time it is. You know, so you know what?
Oh, we would.
If
he's on the market, we would definitely go for him, but we're not paying him more than Palmer's on at 120.
Yeah, yeah. What I'm saying is, I don't believe he said that.
Oh no,
I don't believe he said
that. That's probably the club looking to. I don't know what it is. It's just someone's just. It's just to make a headline, and that's what it is. So
well, that's what it is. But in regards to it, and in regards to the Mano situation as well, this is like, let's see, negotiate a deal. Yeah, I don't want to lose him because he's an extremely talented player, and something we don't have at Manchester United in abundance is talent. So losing him would be a huge blow. Now, forget who the manager is. Losing that talent. Yeah, go on.
But the problem is, if you're going to back Amorim, he just doesn't suit Amorim's team. He doesn't suit. It also doesn't work in the system. Doesn't work in the system. I don't think he's a good enough 10 at all. I don't think he's good enough. His mobility is not good enough in that 10 role. I don't think his passing's that good in the 10 role, and he's not a goal scoring threat for me in the 10 role. I think just that I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just think that when your club's in a desperate thing, a youth player product shows up and he does sort of well for the first 6 months. He gets overhyped and stuff like that. I think he's a goodish player, but of course. He's not developed yet. He's not fully developed. That's the problem. People are crowning these young players before they even. I know what's going to happen this summer. There's going to be the same when we get Esteban in. He's going to be crowned like the best thing since sliced bread before he even puts on a shirt and something like that. But I think Kobe. I think it'd be weird though. It'd be just your luck that you sell Mino, and then something happens with Amorim and he leaves, and then the next manager would have played someone like Kobe because he's got a different. I thought when we were linked to Mino first, I thought he's a perfect fit in a 4-3-3 system, like what I told about Enzo Fernandez in terms of you got your holding, you got your second holding, you got the free player who can do that, and I think Kobe Mino is that type of player. He's not a holding. He's not a sticks. He's not a double pivot player.
He's an attacking player. He's an 8.
He's an 8. He's an 8. He's not a free scoring 8, something like that. He's a facilitator. Pass it on to the next. Pass it on to the 10. Pass it on to the striker, the winger, stuff like that.
Yeah. What Kobe like with Enzo? Something I've said about Enzo all season, which is why you see him these last few games playing well. When Enzo has protection in midfield, especially in this league, you see him shine a lot more because he doesn't have defensive responsibilities. He can do what he's best at, which is being able to connect play and be a forward threat. Manu, same thing probably has to apply for him.
And you mentioned key there. Sorry, go on, Prime. Go.
Yeah, the same thing would have to apply for him. And I even said that when Amorim got the job that if it's all about, because people were gassed about Amorim, so if it's all about backing Amorim, I'll pick up Tribute Play. It's all about backing Amorim, and Amorim's the guy, and it's about his system, the system. Well, then certain players who don't fit, who are your favorites, I use them. I actually used Manu and Ahmad as examples. If these two don't fit, would you guys be okay letting them go? And on the flip side, certain players that you guys don't like, that Amorim likes, like a Bruno or a Dalot or a Højlund or a Garnacho, will you guys be okay with him playing them in his system? That's something you guys actually have to think about, because this is what Amorim will want.
Yeah, and here's the key thing. Surfer mentioned the key word, development, because of Nano's age. I think he could develop because he played as a striker, as a 10 in the youth team, and that's an output thing in regards to what he's going to improve. Because he hasn't played there, it's like, all right, cool, we'll see. Because he played the one game at 10 and played well. Obviously, he then played him as the false 9, and then I believe didn't he play him as a 10 again? He played him as a 10 again, and then not too long after that, he got injured. So with him, I'm just more so, all right, with Mano, I just want to see him get a run as a 10 and see how he does, because he needs to develop. And I think he will develop because he's talented. We'll see in regards to what happens.
You know what I'm going to say, Flawless, if I may?
Yeah, go on. Last point on it, and then we're going to close out. Go on.
I think with Kobe Manu, the reality is, sadly, is that, there's two things with him. One of them is the wage structure, right? In the sense that he can, unironically, sadly, demand the wages what he's asking for, because that's the current wage structure right now, bro. you're looking at all the other guys that are around him. They're making big money, and if he's that much of an asset to the club, and they believe in him. He can demand that money to an extent. Then, but it's also then about is the club willing to do that? Obviously, you guys are also like cutting jobs and stuff like that. So it's clearly like you're trying to like streamline your process and stuff like that. So I think for me, there is also some bit of it which I feel like maybe is just maybe the club's work, like trying to push him out. Basically, maybe they're like, we need some money for the rebuild, stuff like that. Maybe it's the club's way essentially of like, let's get him out, basically. If that makes sense.
Maybe because when the report came out. Yeah, go on, Sofa. Go on.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he's one of their only true sellable assets.
Because because the way they're moving of him,
and
so
also
it's like reminds of Chelsea. Reminds of Chelsea, bro. Like
bro. But he's going to be, if you sell him for a very high price on the books, that explodes your PSR.
Pure profit. He's pure profit, by the way. He's pure profit.
Yeah, everyone's going about sell Højlund. That's fine selling Højlund, but you're never going to get back.
Højlund and Garnacho. So Garnacho and him are pure profit on your books. That's the thing, right?
And we, you know what we did in January? We got a great offer for Garnacho.
Yeah, and that's the point. And no, I know, but the point I'm trying to make there is like, if you remember Gallagher,
I'm talking about the Napoli offer.
No, I know. I even us, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of came in for more offer. But like, if you look at what's going on right now, I think a good thing I didn't think about recently is that if you look at the way that the club PR'd with Gallagher for us, even though, listen, I know a lot of guys don't rate him, they did it nastily where they're like, listen, we gave him a contract and he said no to it and stuff like that. And then that allowed the player to be pushed up because like the fan base is like, get him out, basically. That's what I feel like they're prepping Kobe Minor to be. Like they're trying to make him a sacrificial man so that when he's sold, there's no hard feelings, basically. From a fan perspective.
I hope there'll be hard feelings because the fans love him. He ain't said nothing wild, and because he's a youth product and he's only on this is his first. He's not signed a new deal since he broke through, so he's still on like 20, 30K.
The easiest guy. If you look at your midfield, it's the easiest guy to sell.
Right? Okay, definitely.
Bruno's not going to move him. He's on 300K a week. You're not going to get dust for Eriksen. Do you know what I mean? Casemiro, you're not going to get anything for Casemiro. Who else? Kobe Minor is the only Mount's not. You're never going to get anything from Mount. Forgot he was even there. So
we all did, thankfully.
Kobe Minor is literally the only one you can sell in midfield for like a high price as well because he's got the English tax on him. He's got the English tax on him as well.
United's best bet is like what we did. If anyone's like stupid enough to pay big money for like the Havertz equivalent, so that would be like Højlund probably, or maybe Bruno. Anyone stupid enough to pay big money, like a 60 mil or something. I don't think anyone, even Arsenal, who I think would actually buy Rashford, they're not going to pay. They'll probably pay like 40 for it or something.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's what. But with Maino is one of them because the way we messed up, I don't know what offer they would accept for Maino. That's where the issue lies. I'm not sure how long he's got left on the deal. Same with Garnacho, because the fact that we didn't sell Garnacho, I'm like, because we asked for 60, 70. So if we asked that for Maino, or someone better to do it,
What wages is Maino on at this moment in time?
Currently like 20, 30K. It's his first deal, remember? This is his breakthrough. He's not signed a new deal since he got through.
I'm sorry, man. He should be getting no more. I'm sorry, he's not done enough he should get no more from me than like 70, 80. He should get no more than that.
I think he should be like
from his end. From his end of things, like
he's going to be
a big talent at Man United, arguably one of their best players. You helped them win an FA Cup. You went to a tournament with it at England. You're an England international. You played in a final. You played in 2 finals now. And even though United haven't had the best of seasons this season, you're still one of their best players.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that he has a right to ask for more. Would I give it? No, but he has a right to ask for it.
And that's where my issue lies, Prime, is that people will be on his case about asking for it. You can ask for whatever. If the club choose to give it to him, I'm not saying he's wrong. It's on the football club. Because that one thing we have done is, even whether it's on accident or not, in the past few years, is reduce the wage bill massively. And that will continue. Like Surfer mentioned it. We got players like Lindelof gonna leave, his deal's expiring. Eriksen gonna leave, his deal's expiring. Anthony will probably leave. Rashford will probably leave. That's 4 of our, I think, top 10 earners, something like that. And that's
And
adding on.
You won't like this, and most Man United fans weren't, but I still think it was a mistake to give him the 300k. But at least Bruno's got like a little body of work. He scored goals and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That he could. I know it's not good. I know it's not good enough. But do you know what I mean? It's like Minu's agents are smart because they're trying to prey on the desperation of Manchester United. Yep. And I don't think Ineos will fall for it. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they'll fall for it. I think they'll call his bluff, and they'll have to sell him this summer because they can't let the deal run. He's got 1 year or 2 years left this summer.
I'm presuming it's 1 second. Let me actually Google this before we close.
Must be 1 year left, I'm assuming.
Check. Let's see. Contract. So his deal runs. He has 2 years left in his deal. This is
okay. So they're doing the right thing by negotiating 2 years left. They've already signed Ahmed anyway. That's the most important deal, to sign Ahmed and tie him down. So they've got Ahmed. Yeah. They got Ahmed there. So they don't really. Because they signed Ahmed. I don't think they'll see Minu as a priority. I
don't think they'll see him as more. Yeah, I don't think as more.
I think they think, and rightly so, in my opinion, Ahmed's ceiling is a lot higher than Minu right now, in my opinion.
Older.
Minu might actually benefit from going abroad. Actually, do you know what I mean?
But again, whether he stays with us, whether he goes somewhere in the Premier League, or wherever he goes, wherever he goes, I think he'll play well because I think he's a quality.
I could see Bayern going in for him.
Makes sense. I think a host of clubs are going to look at him. Like if
the thing is, like I don't think he'll, because like if I look obviously from a French league perspective, because that's the one I watch the most, I don't think so. I think Germany definitely there's a few clubs, Borussia Dortmund,
Italian clubs can't afford him.
The Italian clubs right now would not be able to afford him. Like right now,
Barcelona can't afford him.
It's 2027 AW, so he's got
Atletico maybe, but then Atletico's midfield is kind of sorted now because like they got their backup for Liverpool and Gallagher. I'll be honest, Gallagher's like the super sub. Gallagher's like the super sub.
If he wasn't so pricey, he's got a Dortmund player written all over him.
Yeah, he's got a Dortmund written. I'll be honest. Yeah,
that type of profile, or Leipzig or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Dortmund or Leipzig would be snapping that guy up. Legit, yeah.
These are options, but we'll see what's what. But big up, love to everyone that's locked in. We're back here about an hour from now, 11:15 p.m. But we're gonna redirect over to TJ's channel, United Arsenal preview over there. So TJ's over there, unfortunately. Dally's over there. Sunshine's on there, unfortunately, as well, people. But I'll be over there to add some class to the stream and some quality. You already know. So hey, nobody asked you, mate. So yeah, subscribe.
I thought it was a running feed.
Yeah. No one asked you. Nah, it's not a running feed.
I thought you forgot to say. Unfortunately, that was all. I mean, the only one there that's good enough is Dow. Really, he should just do it by himself.
Yeah, how about you? Sure, mate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, subscribe to the Bridge Nation. The link's in the title. Subscribe to the Bridge Nation. Link is in the title, people. And when we go over to TJ's channel right now, where we're gonna redirect to, put Sarcasm City TV raid in the chat. I'm literally gonna be on there with like 1 moment, people. I've just pulled up the StreamYard link. But big up, obviously, the show next week will be back to regular timing of 9 p.m. people. 9 p.m. we'll be back to regular timing. Again, Prime's been kind enough to put the Bridge Nation in the chat. But this has been, and the United Chelsea Spurs show back live in here in about an hour, people. So I'll be back with Jez, De Niro, and of course Jacob. So yeah, this has been the Manchester United Chelsea podcast. Mandem United pod meets the Ballers at the Bridge pod, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.